from Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5:30.
Well, let's get you right to Husker baseball. The team doing some spring cleaning over a top 15 ranked team. Nebraska securing some massive wins in front of a sea of red. Take a look at this. A packed house in Haymarket Park today. One of our viewers sending these pictures from above. And this series getting a new attendance record for a Big Ten series with more than 21,000 fans filling the stands over the past 3 days. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Not much to say other than wow, the baseball team making a big statement as they take down the USC Trojans. Our sports anchor Jake Coleman joins us live now. Jake, a dominant past few games.
Yeah, Mackenzie, I just can't say enough good things about this Husker baseball team. Just two perfect performances at the plate this weekend over a really good top 12 USC team. Now, Nebraska needed to prove something this weekend, and they did exactly that, breaking out those brooms and sweeping USC and doing it in dominating fashion. The Sea of Red was out today at Haymarket Park. They broke a weekend attendance record for a Big Ten series in Nebraska. Found themselves, though, in a big deficit early, 5-2. Ty Horn, though, comes in to relieve, and he came through. 5 innings, only 1 run given up, but the bats still needed to get going, and you could see that starting to kind of come together there in the bottom of the 4th. After a couple of runners get on base, first pitch swinging is Mac Moyer, who would bring those two home with no doubt, lighting the stadium on fire and giving the Huskers their first lead. And boy, it was runs galore after that. Nebraska routs USC yet again, marking this back-to-back 10-run wins. Your final score 16-6, and that sweep is complete. Nebraska goes 4-0 on the week and should definitely have vaulted themselves back into that top 25 discussion come Monday morning. And if Nebraska wants a legitimate shot at hosting a regional here in Lincoln, they had to come away with at least a serious win, but a sweep should definitely be even better. So hats off to the Huskers and strengthen that resume. We'll talk more about that here in our Sports Zone. For now, Mackenzie, back over to you.
Yeah, an awesome day out there. Thank you so much, Jake. Only on 8 now, a local effort to return a beloved horse. Epona Horse Rescue taking in a horse after an auction just last week. And shortly after sharing his story, the director receiving an unexpected call from Minnesota. Now he's taking a journey across state lines driven by compassion. Channel 8's Emma Norwood has the story.
Behind me here is Rango's now empty stall that he used to call home. And after what several are calling fate, he is back in Minnesota after making a long trip to his rightful owner. What started as a routine rescue quickly turning into a multi-state mission. The horse you see here, Rango, arriving at Epona Horse Rescue after being bought at auction by director Lynn Guyton.
I made a commitment to him that he would be safe.
He was in need of a lot of loving care and a second chance. The rescue posting Rango on social media, introducing him to the Creek community and reconnecting him with his past.
I realized I had a voicemail on my phone from a Minnesota number. And it was a woman who was reaching out and saying, saying that, hey, I think that horse might be a horse that we sold a while back. We've been looking for him. Her daughter in Minnesota spotted the auction picture. It popped up on her news feed as an advertisement.
From there, coordination began, crossing state lines and working with multiple people to safely get Rango back to his family.
The young couple that came here and picked him up used to volunteer for me. They now live over on the Iowa-Minnesota, close to the Iowa-Minnesota border in central Iowa. They stepped up and were like, hey, we'll pick him up for you. We're going to be in Lincoln that weekend. Everything has just been a miracle.
What could have been just another intake story becoming something much bigger.
We have been looking for Rango since December 18th of 2022.
A reminder of the power of community and connection.
It was a gift to my daughter, Courtney, for high school graduation. And we really have missed him and just so appreciative of everybody that has been involved in finding him. It's been a roller coaster.
Reporting in Crete, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Love that story. Happy that Rango could go back home. Let's get you to our Chief Meteorologist, Rusty Dawkins, now for a check of our first forecast. Rusty, how's it looking out there?
Top 10 day. I mean, it was a cold start to the day, so maybe a top 20 day, but really outside, if you are going to be out and about over the next few hours, you picked a good day to do it. Mostly sunny skies and just maybe 1 or 2 clouds. Gorgeous, gorgeous Sunday afternoon. So hopefully if you can get out and enjoy it, please do. This is what the satellite and radar looks like. Nothing really showing up, just a few clouds here and there. Temperatures 50s to the north, but everybody else in the 60s and 70s, middle 70s in southwest Nebraska, 67 in Lincoln. We did get to 70 not too long ago, but now we're starting to cool off. This was probably the best part about today. Very little wind. It's been less than 15 miles per hour for much of the day. Temperature-wise, we are going to fall back to around the upper 30s to around 40 by early tomorrow morning. So another slight chill in the air, but there are some very warm temperatures coming our way. We'll look at that forecast in a few.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Rusty. We're following 2 breaking stories right now with information slowly trickling in. The first, a blaze near 53rd Street, and then the second, a crash on I-80, prompting a large law enforcement response. These 2 dangerous incidents happening about the same time this afternoon. Let's take a look. Here's the scene near 53rd Street and Layton Avenue this afternoon. Firefighters finding a detached garage engulfed in flames just before 1 o'clock today. Now you can see here in just a minute the charred remains of the garage. It didn't take crews too long to get it all under control. But we're waiting to hear back from Lincoln Fire and Rescue on the cause of the blaze and how much damage it left behind. And take a look here. Law enforcement on the scene of a crash this afternoon just north of Lincoln. This was on the eastbound lanes of I-80 at the 56th Street exit just before 1 o'clock. They never ended up closing any of the lanes during their investigation, but we have been reaching out to authorities to get information on whether there are any injuries involved. When we hear anything new, we'll keep you updated. Developing now, a horrific scene in Shreveport, Louisiana. According to authorities, a gunman killing 8 children and shooting multiple others this morning during a domestic dispute. This is the deadliest mass shooting in the U.S. in more than 2 years. You're taking a look now at some of the scenes police are investigating at the moment. Victims wounded and killed in at least 2 places in the South Shreveport area. The suspect stole a vehicle as he was leaving the scene of the shootings, and officers then shooting the suspect during a chase. He was then pronounced dead. The victims who were killed in the shooting range in age from 1 to 14 years old, and authorities are saying some of them are related to the shooter, but they're still trying to piece everything together.
My understanding is that he had some kind of relationship with the woman who lived at the home where the children were, and with the woman that he had gone to first. But we're not entirely sure. Obviously, the 2 women are in very, very critical condition, so we're not able to get information from them. And of course, he is no longer with us either. So
2 adults also injured in the shooting. We'll be keeping you up to date as we learn more about the tragic event. Well, stay with us. We have more coming your way after the break, including the Strait constricts. The U.S. fires on an Iranian-flagged ship. What this means for the ceasefire between the 2 countries. Stick with us. Donald Trump posting on Truth Social accusing Iran of firing bullets in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump says the U.S. is offering a reasonable deal to Iran and Pakistan, where another round of peace talks is set to take place. He's also reviving the same threats he delivered before the ceasefire if a deal is not reached. According to the president, the U.S. firing on Iran today as well. This video here, released by Central Command this afternoon, showing a U.S. destroyer intercepting an Iranian ship that was attempting to pass through the U.S. blockade, then forcibly taking control of that ship. This all happening as another round of peace talks is slated to happen in Pakistan. Here's ABC's Selena Wang.
President Trump reacting to the war with Iran amid negotiations and mixed messages over who has control over the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. has a blockade in place, but Iran says its Navy controls the passage. On Saturday, less than 24 hours after the president said the waterway was completely open, 2 ships came under fire as they tried to pass through it, according to UK maritime monitors. Audio obtained by ABC News capturing a radio message sent by an Indian-flagged oil tanker.
Sepa Navy. This is Motor Sun Marhedal. You gave me clearance to go. My name second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are fighting now. Let me turn back.
President Trump on social media Sunday saying the U.S. forcibly seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship near the strait that tried to pass the naval blockade. Iran has yet to respond. The president also announcing his representatives will be heading to Islamabad, Pakistan, for another round of peace talks on Monday, adding attacks on Iran may continue if an agreement is not reached by Wednesday when the ceasefire between the two countries expires.
The outcome of these talks will be incredibly consequential, and as the president has stated, he is prepared to escalate to de-escalate.
On social media, the president saying if Iran does not take the U.S. deal, quote, the United States is going to knock out every single power plant and every single bridge in Iran.
Well, they said they want to escalate to de-escalate. They've escalated to devastation.
Media outlets affiliated with Iran's Revolutionary Guard, citing unnamed sources, say Tehran is not planning to take part in a second round of talks as long as the blockade remains and if Vice President J.D. Vance is not present. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the vice president would accompany Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, to Islamabad, Pakistan, for the second round of talks. Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
Very mild day today with plenty of sunshine, but if you need temperatures just a little bit warmer, we've got some good news for you. We'll be right back.
Of the Orbital Odyssey is crowned. The race began at 8 a.m. yesterday and 78 bikers lining up at the start line. Each of them had to complete a 10.3-mile loop every hour on the hour. For more than an entire day, those bicyclists battling it out, and now only one is left standing.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We made it! Woo! All right. Yeah.
It took 25 hours to find a winner in this race. Riders making laps from sunrise to sunset, through the night last night and all the way into this morning. Jake Collins from Beatrice is the champion of the race after riding a total of 257.5 miles. Here's the Orbital Odyssey's organizer, who says he wasn't totally expecting the competition to go on for as long as it did.
Jake Collins from Beatrice, Nebraska. 250 miles. He made me put my sunglasses back on. I was kind of hoping to finish in the dark. Here we are. It's a beautiful day, and I couldn't have asked for anything more.
Big shout out to Jake Collins for the inhuman effort. Massive victory there for him. And we were keeping a close eye on this competition. I have to say, it's astonishing to think that all the bicyclists were able to accomplish all these miles. They're planning to do another race next year if you want to get involved.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
I do like to ride bikes, and I kind of want to do that and kind of don't want to do that all at the same time. That's 250 miles. Goodness. I could probably do it for, like, a lap. What a gorgeous afternoon, early evening out there. It is I want to say a top 10 day, but it's a little it was a little chilly this morning, so that might make it a top 15, maybe a top 20 day. But look at all that sunshine. Temperatures got up to around 70 today. We're at 67 in the capital city. We're at 68 in Grand Island, 73 still in Hebron, still 76 in McCook. It's a nice day to be outside, that's for sure. 64 in Wahoo, and one of the colder spots, Omaha and Columbus, both at 63 degrees. But this is 5, 10, almost 15 degrees warmer than we were yesterday at this time. So yesterday was a chilly day. I did a lot of yard work yesterday. Perfect day for that, because you just have to keep moving, and you were absolutely comfortable. So yesterday was a good being outside working in the yard kind of day. Today, just nice being outside. A little bit of a breeze. This was probably what made today a top at least 15 day. Not a whole lot of wind. Look at that, calm in O'Neill and Broken Bow. Less than 10 miles an hour for a lot of us. Only 12 in Lincoln, Omaha, and Nebraska City. That made for a really nice day. Lots of sunshine too. Just a few clouds here and there. Not much in the forecast. In fact, this is Sunday night through Monday. Look at that, wall-to-wall sunshine as we head through the day on Monday. We might see a little cloud cover try to come our way in the afternoon, but that even thins out a little bit as we head into the overnight. As we get into the day on Monday, mixture of clouds and sun, a few clouds in central Nebraska. So not much going on over the next couple of days. So let's fast forward a little bit. This is Thursday morning, maybe a few showers out there, but a cold front will be making its way from west to east, and that's going to bring with it a chance for some strong storms, kind of a pocket here, here, and here. And that continues until Thursday evening, when the cold front eventually gets its act together, and you can see the very strong storms here from Des Moines down towards Kansas City. This has kind of been how storms have gone the last several severe weather episodes, where it's just tries to form over southeast Nebraska, and then the very severe weather is to the south and east, which I'm okay dodging the severe weather. We need the rain, so hopefully we can see some of that, but we could do without the severe weather. But we are right on the edge. I mean, this is Thursday. A lot of time to fine-tune this, but we're on the edge of a severe weather possibility for Thursday. Something we'll track all week. Temperatures tonight, a lot of 37s, 38s, maybe 39 degrees. Highs tomorrow, middle and upper 70s to around 80. We'll probably see quite a few 80s out there, but notice a little cooler north and east, 70 in Omaha, and then 80 over towards Hastings and Kearney at 81 degrees. And I think most of us right in the middle somewhere, 75, 76, I'll say 77 for Lincoln, 87 on Tuesday, 84 on Wednesday. So a very mild few days ahead. Then we do see that cold front come through on Thursday, and that knocks our temperatures down into the 60s. as we head through Friday, next weekend, and into much of next week. Some hit and miss showers and thunderstorms on and off, a very typical April kind of forecast.
Definitely. Thank you so much for keeping us updated, Rusty. Coming up in sports, the Big Red gets a big sweep. Nebraska dominates number 12 USC in front of a packed crowd. Plus, we're revealing our athlete of the week. Stick with us.
Sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing. Here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Holman. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Welcome into your Sports Zone. A great weekend to be a Husker fan. I'm starting to say that a lot, but it's hard not to when both baseball and softball just keep on stacking W's. Let's head out to Haymarket Park first, where Nebraska closed out the series versus number 12 USC. The Sea of Red out. Fans breaking out the brooms, getting ready for this sweep, but it wasn't going to come easy. Nebraska found themselves in a deficit early. 5-2. Ty Horn, though, comes in to relieve, throwing 5 innings, only 1 run given up, but the bats still needed to get going, and that began in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on here, first pitch swinging. Mac Moyer brings them home with no doubt, lighting the stadium on fire, giving Nebraska their first lead. And it was runs galore after that. Nebraska scored 12 runs in just the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings combined, including a grand slam by the freshman Drew Grigo. Nebraska routs USC again. Your final score 16-6. A perfect week for the Huskers and another resume-building weekend that should go a long way. If Nebraska wants a shot at hosting that regional, this sweep had to happen. And fun fact, it's their first sweep versus a ranked team since 2015. Now, Huskers softball wrapping up their road series versus Minnesota. They faced their first deficit of the weekend, down 2-1 early, but Jessie Farrell wouldn't let that last long. Her 2-run shot marks back-to-back days where she's gone yard. Later in the 4th, Jordy Fromm, though, getting involved here. This one also going to go out deep left. Huskers offense showing out yet again today. Nebraska run rules Minnesota for the sweep 11-2, your final score, their 11th straight win. Nebraska will be back at home next weekend versus Iowa. Now imagine hitting your first 2 home runs of the season, not just in the same game, but the same inning. Well, for Concordia's Lacey Joseph, she doesn't have to. That's why she's been named our Athlete of the Week.
The following segment is sponsored by Menards.
Just like that, we have a tie ball game. It's a 2-run homer from Lacey Joseph.
Concordia's Lacey Joseph came up big for the Bulldogs Friday in a doubleheader versus Waldorf.
Those 2 home runs just felt amazing, honestly.
Game number 1, Concordia scored a season-high 20 runs. And for Joseph, she connected on her first 2 home runs of the year. And they didn't just come in the same game, but the same inning.
That's her second home run of the inning.
Joseph finished the day with 4 hits, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. She described her team as being extra motivated that afternoon.
It was awesome, honestly. Like, I don't know. I think we were just so into this game, and we were like, okay, we need to go into it because we need these points for GPAC and to get into the tournament. So our whole team was like, we need to come on, let's go get some hits.
And they got them. In that Friday doubleheader, the Bulldogs had a team combined 40 hits. This season, the starting second baseman is hitting .304 with 28 hits and 19 RBIs. And right now, the Bulldogs sit at 1 game above 500 and are tied for 6th in the GPAC standings. Joseph says if Concordia wants a shot at the playoffs, they've got to keep that momentum going and keep the bats hot.
I honestly feel like our performance with hitting is a big thing, and then just coming together as a team. I think that this year this team is a really close, tight-knit group, and that's what's pushed us a lot of the way, and I think we need to use that to our advantage in the final stretch of the season.
And that'll do for your sports. For now, Mackenzie, go ahead and send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Jake. Let's check in with Rusty. Anything we should know before tonight?
Very quiet tonight and a chilly start to the day tomorrow, but we do warm back up into the upper 70s tomorrow.
Ooh, sounds good. All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us. Have a good rest of your night. We'll see you back here tonight at 10.
Plan your next game night out or celebrate any milestone with us, because happy hour is even happier when you're winning. Only at Warhorse Casino, minutes from downtown in Lincoln.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.